All right, I'm Johnny Rubino. I'm a sophomore. I am from Scottsdale, Arizona, from Horizon High School, and I play shortstop and second base. I've been playing since I was around 2 years old. Actually, I got introduced by my mom. So I had older brothers, so she'd throw the ball around with me when my dad was coaching my other two brothers. So I actually can credit it to my mom, where a lot of people are their dad. And so she would always turn double plays with me while I was just sitting on the side. And that's how I got interested into baseball, actually.
Very cool. You got a chance to play with your brother last year, and he's gone now. Is it odd not having him around?
Well, he actually still goes to school here, so I get to see him all the time. And it was fun playing 1 year with him. It was a great experience, actually, kind of someone to talk to if things were going bad. He was a captain, so I could always go see him if I needed help with anything. But it's also good to kind of be on my own now. It was good to have him for 1 year, but I kind of needed that shove just to kind of figure things out for myself. So it was good for that year, and I'm happy to be on my own now, though.
You're all the way up in Michigan from Scottsdale. How's the adjustment been, and what's your favorite part of being at Eastern Michigan and in the great state of Michigan?
The biggest adjustment was the cold playing baseball. I don't mind the cold when I'm just going to class or anything, just bundle up, but getting used to throwing a baseball around the diamond when it's 40 degrees out was definitely a little different from Scottsdale, and swinging a baseball bat. But the best thing about Eastern here is I've grown to love the education here and the schooling and all the guys I've met. It's been a great experience so far, and I'm really happy I did.
Who were some of the jokesters on the team that you've run into and been a victim of?
Lee Longo. Last year, he decided to get a terrible haircut, and he looked like a certain cartoon character, and I made fun of him a good amount. So one day I went into his room. He called me in or sent me a text to come to his room, and when I opened the door, he decided to take a buzzer and just right into the back of my head and just had a giant chunk. So then I had to shave my head and look like an idiot. So definitely him. He pulled many a pranks on me.
Okay, so you live with him, but who do you room with on the road?
I don't live with Lee, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But on the road, last year I roomed with Ryan Lavoie and Jeffrey Russo. He's not here anymore, but those two.
Okay. What about pregame ritual, routines, anything specific you like to do, make sure you do before the game?
I listen to my country music. That's always one thing that I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, my forced pregame ritual was to bring a toilet around that we had, so that was interesting. But I don't know, maybe can pass that on to a freshman this year.
Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah, we had a toilet where we had to bring out to the field where if we did anything like bad or crappy on the field, we had to just flush it right after. And so I was always involved in bringing it to the field and making sure we always had it. And if it wasn't there, I was the one being yelled at. So it's kind of a forced ritual.
Who will you give toilet duties to this year?
Nick Rotola.
Okay. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened in a game you've been involved with?
This summer, actually, I was involved in a no-hitter. And that was really, really cool, not saying anything the entire game and making sure no one else says anything and not talking about it. And when it happened, the dog pile was pretty sweet.
Where did you play this summer?
Marysville Gold Sox in California, just north of Sacramento. It was a great experience. Throughout the season, I think personally that it's about just staying even keel. You can't get too high, too low. You win a game, you won a game, or you lost a game, you lost a game. You just got to stay even keeled and level headed, else it can get to you throughout a 56-game season. So you just kind of you can't be an emotional roller coaster. You just got to stay level headed.
You're starting to become Arizona North. Out of the Arizona boys, do you all stick together? And what are some things that you all, when you do get together, sort of boast about to everybody else from the Midwest?
Not having to play in 40-degree weather. I mean, we all talk about how nice it was or how much we'd rather play in 120 over 40. But I mean, it's something new and which is good. But yeah, all of us from Arizona, we're all very close, and I'm fortunate enough to have them here with me.
Lastly, we hear you do a great Coach J. Alexander impersonation. Could you please do that for us?
Well, first you have to know the context. It was someone that screwed up a relay, I believe. And there's really no words involved. We screwed up the relay, and all of a sudden we look over at Coach J, and he's just going, and then decided to yell at us after that. So top 5 funniest things I've ever seen in baseball. And sorry, Coach J, but had to do it because it was hilarious.